Small towns hold secrets the way old houses hold dust. Quietly, patiently, waiting for the wrong gust of wind to reveal everything. At once Rosebridge was no different, or so everyone thought. Folks believed their town was simple. A diner that never changed its menu, a library with a roof that always leaked in October, and the kind of people who waved even when they didn't like you. But the greatest secrets are the ones no one has the language for. It happened on a Wednesday morning, not a dramatic morning, not one born from storms or sirens, just the usual, cold air drifting over Maple Street, the bakery opening early, young mothers rushing to work, and the school bus grumbling down the hill like an old man refusing to retire. And then he walked back. Mr. Hale, missing for 7 days, strolled down Maple Street as if he had simply forgotten the milk. His coat was neat, his shoes were polished, his face calm. Too calm. He walked like a man without a worry in the world. Slow, steady, Mrs. Delaney from the bakery spotted him first. She froze with a bag of pastries, half-packed, then forced a bright smile. Cheerful. "Well, look who's back. Morning, Mr. Hale." He gave her a polite nod. Gentle. Everything was normal right up until the sun betrayed him. The morning light stretched across Maple Street, carving shadows the way it had for 100 years. The lamppost, the bakery awning, the flower pots, the mail truck. But when the light touched Mr. Hale, it passed through him, clean through. Uneasy, a little girl on the school bus pressed her face to the glass, whispering, "Mom, look, he doesn't have a shadow." Another child gasped. The bus driver looked, blinked hard, and muttered, confused, That's not right." Phones came out, parents abandoned their coffees, dozens watched with lifted screens and held breaths. No shadow. None. Not even the faintest outline. Long pause. Mr. Hale kept walking. At first, neighbors blamed the angle, then the fog, then their own tired eyes. Rosebridge was not the sort of place that jumped to the impossible, but then every child on the bus pointed, fearful, whispering, "He doesn't have a shadow. Why doesn't he have one? Is he sick? Is he a ghost?" Mr. Hale's smile never faded. He nodded at strangers, looked at flowers, admired the storefronts as if returning from a peaceful vacation. But around him, the atmosphere warped. A cyclist passed him, and his digital display flickered from 72% battery to 0% instantly. The cyclist swerved, heart-pounding, startled. Down the street, a dog that never barked began whining and backing away, tail tucked between its legs. At the diner, the neon open sign blinked rapidly, then went dark. Someone's smartwatch rebooted itself. A radio in a nearby car blurted out static before quieting again. These subtle distortions spread like ripples across Rosebridge. Officer Leno was nearby, finishing a stale donut and listening to morning chatter crackle through his police scanner. When the dispatcher said, "Something strange on Maple, people panicking," he rolled his eyes until he saw the crowd gathering, until he saw Mr. Hale. He stepped forward. His boots felt suddenly heavy, tense. "Mr. Hale?" Leno said carefully. "We've been looking for you." Mr. Hale turned his head slowly, almost too slowly. His eyes focused like they were remembering how to do it. When he finally spoke, his voice drifted from somewhere distant, soft, far away. "I walked somewhere?" Leno swallowed. "Where?" Mr. Hale gazed toward the horizon, then back at him. Unsettling calm. "Somewhere no map shows." A woman gasped. A man muttered out skeptical, "What the hell does that mean?" Mr. Hale blinked slowly, as if confused by the question. It means I walked. The wind shifted then, sharp, cold, wrong. Birds on a telephone wire launched into the air at once. A woman's phone shut off mid-video. The grass behind Mr. Hale rippled inward, flattening into a circle as if something tall stood beside him, something invisible. Quiet dread. The crowd stepped back. Mr. Hale continued walking. The mayor called an emergency meeting. People flooded the group chat. Someone posted the shaky video. Within minutes, it spread across town. Man returns without a shadow. Electronics failing. What's happening in Rosebridge? Children talked about it in whispers. Adults argued about it. Teenagers tried to laugh it off, but felt the unease creeping in. A woman from the next county texted her sister, "This town, something's wrong there." At 3:14 p.m., the library's internet cut out Mrs. Klein, the librarian of 40 years, stood by the map case, staring at historical maps of the region. Mr. Hale walked in behind her. She turned and studied his face, searching for truth there. "You were gone for 7 days," she said carefully. "Where did you really go?"
Mr. Hale's eyes softened. Sad smile. "A place that remembers us, even when we don't remember it." Mrs. Klein stepped back. She suddenly felt very small. That night, the town stayed awake. Lights flickered. The moon dimmed briefly. Electronics hummed with a low vibration like an old refrigerator struggling to stay alive. A man walking his dog swore he saw 2 silhouettes, one belonging to a person, and a taller one that was missing the person casting it. The dog howled, then fainted, terrified. By Thursday, Rosebridge had become a mystery town. Local news vans arrived. Interviewers roamed. A YouTube journalist went live outside the florist saying, dramatic tone, "Something surreal is happening here." But the strangest thing happened that afternoon. The sky flickered, just for a moment, like someone pulsed a light behind a giant curtain. People shouted, pointing upward. A drone fell out of the air. A mother grabbed her child and sprinted home. Something was wrong with the world, and Rosebridge knew it. Yet Mr. Hale remained calm. Too calm, Officer Leno approached him again. "We should take you in for a proper checkup." Mr. Hale smiled gently, almost pitying him. Gentle sadness. "Officer, I am not sick, I am not hurt. I just walked where I should not have." He paused, then added softly, "And I did not return alone." Leno felt his spine crawl. That night, teenagers dared each other to follow Mr. Hale into the field outside town. A girl named June stepped across the grass and instantly felt the temperature drop. Her breath fogged. Her phone died in her hand. Panicked, Guys, something's here," one of the boys screamed. Another ran. June stood frozen, watching the shadows around her bend slightly inward. Then she saw it. Not clearly, just a distortion. A shimmer standing behind Mr. Hale as he folded his coat on the ground like a ritual. She stumbled backward, terrified. Mr. Hale didn't turn around. He simply said softly, soft whisper, "There are places we don't map for a reason." The town church filled with people the next day. Some prayed, some cried, some demanded answers. A man shouted, angry, "He brought something here." Another countered, defensive, "Maybe he's the one who needs protection." Rumors spread, a secret military project, an interdimensional rift, an alien traveler, a ghost, a glitch in reality, a man who died and returned, a man who saw something humans shouldn't see, a man carrying something. By Sunday morning, the town split into 2 groups, those who wanted Mr. Hale taken away and those who believed he needed help. But something else happened that pushed tension to the breaking point. The map changed. Mrs. Klein opened the historical atlas and found a faint new line drawn in pencil. A road that wasn't there the day before. A road with no name. A road that curved in a way no local road ever had. She showed Officer Leno. His face went pale, shaken. "This wasn't here last week." Mr. Hale, who stood quietly nearby, spoke without looking at them. "The map remembers slowly, but it will never remember everything." People stepped away from him. Suddenly, one of the town's oldest residents, Mr. Rupert, spoke up, low, trembling. "I saw that place when I was 12, a field that hummed. My father told me to never go near it." The mayor paled. "What humming?" Rupert swallowed hard. "The kind you feel in your teeth." The tension in the room thickened. Even the lights seemed to dim. That night, Rosebridge experienced the strangest phenomenon yet. The stars blinked, not twinkled, blink, in unison, as if something huge moved between Earth and the sky. Breathless fear, phones recorded only darkness. Dogs howled. Power flickered. A low hum pulsed through the town. Vibrating windows. People huddled indoors, terrified. And outside, walking calmly through the chaos, was Mr. Hale. He paused at the edge of the field again and traced a circle in the grass with his shoe. Officer Leno approached him, heart pounding. "Tell me what's happening," he said, desperate. "Tell me what followed you."
Mr. Hale didn't answer at first.
Then he whispered, "It doesn't follow. It waits." Leno's breath hitched. "Waits for what?" Mr. Hale looked up at the sky, where the stars were still blinking, still wrong. "For the rest." "The rest of what?" Leno asked. Mr. Hale turned to him slowly, his voice deeper now, colder. "The rest of me." Leno stepped back. "What are you talking about?" he demanded. Mr. Hale looked down at his shadowless feet. "I didn't return whole," he said. Wind surged, grass flattened, something invisible pressed into the earth behind him. The air crackled like static. People watching from porches screamed. Someone fainted. A car alarm went off without reason. Hale whispered again, "I left something there, and it's coming home." The ground behind him rippled. The shape, nearly imperceptible, stretched taller, wider, like a silhouette trying to form. Leno shouted, "What is that?" Mr. Hale closed his eyes and whispered, "My shadow." The shape pulsed. The lights in Rosebridge flickered. The temperature dropped. Grass bent toward the figure like gravity shifting. Mr. Hale's voice trembled. "I walked a road not meant for humans. The map doesn't show it because humans weren't meant to return from it." Leno raised his radio to call for backup, but it melted from his hand. Not burned, not warped. The plastic simply softened like wax and dripped between his fingers. The shadow figure stretched farther. The air around it bent, like heat haze reversed. Mr. Hale's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't know it would follow." "What does it want?" Leno cried. Mr. Hale looked at him with a sorrow that belonged to someone who saw the future and hated it. "It wants to finish the walk." The shadow surged forward, and everything went dark. Rosebridge lost power for 7 minutes, the longest 7 minutes in town history. When lights returned, Mr. Hale was gone, and the circle in the grass was bigger, much bigger. People stared at it with shaking hands and whispered prayers. A child asked her mother, "Is he coming back?" The mother held her close. I don't know." Inside the library, the map on the wall had changed again. The nameless road was now longer, thicker, and leading straight toward Rosebridge. Mrs. Klein whispered. "It's coming here." The wind howled, the lights flickered again, and the last thing the town heard that night was a voice in the trees, soft as a memory. "Keep the place warm." The voice of a man without a shadow, or something wearing his voice.